Hi.
Hi, hello, everyone. Very good morning to all. How are you, my dear children? I am fine. Yesterday, we are discussing about motion lesson. In this lesson, we have to learn about what is motion and describing motion. Today, we are discussing about uniform motion and non-uniform motion, measuring the rate of motion and speed with direction. Okay, now let us start the class today. In this topics today, the first topic is uniform and non-uniform motion. What is uniform motion? When an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in uniform motion. For example, a car moving on a straight road with constant speed. Here we have to given the speed of the car. For suppose we have to the car is rest with 0 seconds. Okay, then its distance is 0, and after 1 second the car moves 5 meters, and again after another 1 second, that means 2 seconds, its speed is 10 meters, and another second its speed is 15 meters, and another second its speed is 20 meters. Now we have to understand the speed of the car is equal to same time intervals, it moves same distance. So equal distance are covered in equal intervals of time. This is called uniform motion. Now non-uniform motion. When an object covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in non-uniform motion. For example, a car moving in city traffic. Here, car is in rest, its speed is 0 meters. Now, after 1 second, it moves 4 meters. After another 1 second, it moves 9 meters. And after another second, it moves 12 meters. And after 1 second, it moves 20 meters. So here, all the same time intervals, the distance is not equal. So it indicates non-uniform motion. So non-uniform motion is indicates unequal distances are covered in equal intervals of time. So in uniform motion, speed remains constant. In non-uniform motion, speed changes. So this is the uniform and non-uniform motions. Okay. Now we have to discussing the other topic is measuring the rate of motion. Measuring the rate of motion. The rate, what is measuring the rate of motion? The rate at which an object covers distance is called its speed. Okay. First we have to learn speed. Speed is a distance traveled by an object in unit time. So it depends on the distance and time. So the formula of speed is distance by time. So it indicates in letters V is equal to S by T. Here V is equal to speed, S is equal to distance traveled, T is equal to time taken. The SI unit of speed is meter per second. Okay, and other units of CGS units centimeter per second and kilometer per hour also. These are all the units of speed. Here we have to see on the uh, besides of this road is tagged speed limit boards. It indicates how much speed we can travel in on the road. Okay, if a car moves with a speed of 50 kilometer per hour, it means it covers 50 kilometer in 1 hour. Okay, that is the and definition of speed and formula of speed, and give some example is here. Next one, average speed. In real life, speed is not always constant. The average speed of an object is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. Here, the formula of average speed is equal to total distance traveled by total time taken. This indicates V average. So V average is equal to total distance by total time. Here we have to give to understand this topic with an example. Even if an object moves something fast and sometimes slow, its average speed tells us how fast it has traveled during the whole journey. Okay, here we are going to home to school. So if we have no time to reach the school, then we have to speed up our vehicle so we can travel in fast. Suppose we have to so much time to reach the school, then we have to slow, we have to travel in slow. Okay, so in this average speed, we have to remember average speed is equal to total distance by total time. It is a single value for the whole journey. Okay, for example is here. A car travels 120 kilometers in 2 hours and then another 60 kilometers in 1 hour. Find its average speed for the whole journey. First, you have to write which data is given. Here, total distance traveled is given. So, the total distance traveled is equal to 120 kilometers plus 60 kilometers. That is 180 kilometers. Total time taken is also given. So, total time is equal to 2 hours plus 1 hour. That is equal to 3 hours. Now, we have to write the formula of average speed. So average speed is equal to total distance by total time. That equal to 180 by 3 hours. That equal to 60 kilometer per hour. So the answer is the average speed of the car for the whole journey is 60 kilometer per hour. Okay. So total distance we have to travel 180 kilometers and total time we have to take 3 hours. But total average journey, so total average speed is equal to 60 km per hour. Now I hope that understand this topic speed and average speed. This is measuring the rate of motion. So here I hope that understand this topic measuring the rate of motion. Now we have to discussing about another topic in this lesson. Speed with direction, that is velocity, and average velocity. So we have to discussing here velocity and average velocity. Now speed tells us how fast an object is moving, but to fully describe motion we must also know the direction which it is moving. Okay, now we have to learn about speed with direction, that is called velocity. Velocity is the speed of an object in a specific direction. Okay, it have velocity have not only speed, it have direction also. So velocity is the speed of an object in a specific direction. Some examples are here given. 20 meter per second in the a car moves two directions. One is east and one is west. The in east car 20 meter per second to the east and 20 meter per second to the west. Both cars have the same speed but different directions, hence different velocities. Okay, they are moving different directions with different velocities. Okay, velocity is the vector quantity because it has both magnitude and direction. So speed is the scalar quantity because it has only magnitude. It have no direction. So SI unit of velocity is meter per second. The units of speed and velocity is same. Okay, that is meter per second. Here we have to um, know the velocity formula. For uniform motion in a straight line, velocity v is equal to displacement by time. Okay, here v is equal to velocity. That is the its units is meter per second. And displacement. Displacement means shortest distance in given direction. So and time taken. Okay, here we have to understand displacement in this figure. The shortest distance from initial position to final position in a particular direction. Here is A is starting point and B is ending point. We have to um, we have to calculate the distances in two ways. One is straight line and another one is curve. But straight line is the shortest distance, so it is called displacement. It have direction also, so it is a displacement. Okay, now velocity gives a complete picture of the motion because it includes both how fast and in which direction an object moves. Okay, next, average velocity. When the velocity of an object changes at a uniform rate, the average velocity is given by the formula is average velocity VAV is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. That indicates in letters VAV is equal to U plus V by 2. When U is initial velocity, V is final velocity, and VAV is average velocity. Okay, all are velocities, so their units is also meter per second. Okay, for example, we have to given some example to understand this average velocity. A car increases its velocity uniformly from 10 meter per second, 30 meter per second in 20 seconds. Find the its average velocity. Okay, that is the question. Now we have to write first what is given. Here we have to given 10 meter per second is initial velocity, that equal to that indicates u. So u is equal to 10 meter per second, and final velocity is v, that indicates v is equal to 30 meter per second. In this between the both velocities, the time taken is 20 seconds. So time is equal to 20 seconds. Now we have to write the formula of average velocity is VAV is equal to U plus V by 2. So U is equal to 10, V is equal to 30. So we have to substitute the formula. The values are substitute in this formula. So 10 plus 30 by 2, that equal to 40 by 2. Then divided by 40 divided by 2, that indicates 20 meter per second. So the average velocity is 20 meter per second. In special case, if an object returns to its starting point, displacement is equal to what? 0. So where we start, we end in that point. So displacement is 0. Then average velocity is equal to 0 by time. So 0 by anything is 0. So average velocity is equal to 0 meter per second. This is a special case. All of you remember this. Here speed is indicates how fast, and velocity indicates how fast and in which direction also. Average velocity indicates average rate of change of velocity. I hope that all of my dear children understand this topic. Speed with direction, it means velocity and average velocity. Now we have to learn some activities in classroom. Okay, first we have to learn um, activity 1.6, estimating distance to the school or bus stop. Okay, now we have to given a boy walking from home to school. So how much average walking speed? It's his average walking speed is 4 kilometer per hour. Okay. Now we have to find the distance. So distance formula is distance is equal to speed into time. Here d indicates distance. D, that is d is equal to v into t. Here d indicates distance is in kilometers, and speed is kilometer per hour, and time units is hours. Okay. For example, it if the time taken to walk from your house to the school is 15 minutes. Okay, so then given the time is t is equal to 15 minutes. Now we have to change this minutes to hours. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hours. So we have to multiply 15 minutes changes into 50 hours, that equal 15 into 1 by 60, that is 15 by 60. So it is 0.25 hours. So distance, now we have to substitute this two values, speed and time, in distance formula. So distance is equal to speed into time. So 4 speed is 4 kilometer per hour and time is 0.25 hour. Then multiply 4 into 0.25 is equal to 1 kilometer. So the school or bus stop is approximately 1 kilometer away for his house. Okay, that is the understanding of distance, how to measure the distance. And another activity is here 1.7, thunder and lightning. On a cloudy day, you must have seen lightning first and had thunder a few seconds later. Why does this happen? All of you, um, how all of you think about this? Look, lightning first, and then we hear thunder, because light travels much faster than sound. So, therefore, light from lightning reaches our eyes almost initially, while sound from thunder takes more time to reach our ears. So, speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Speed of sound is 346 meter per second. Okay, so the lightning is come fast than thunder. Okay, here we have to given some activities. What you see lightning start a stopwatch activity. If happens lightning and thunder, that time you have to observe first. You have to ready to start the stopwatch, and when you see lightning, then start a stopwatch. Stop the watch when you hear the thunder. Note the time intervals, both lightning and thunder. Use the time interval to estimate how far the lightning occurred using the speed of sound. Here, distance of lightning d is equal to sound of speed of sound, and time interval. Now we have to measure the distance of lightning. We see lightning before hearing thunder because light travels much faster than sound. Okay, so this reason we have to see the lightning first, and again after some time we have to hear thunder. Here we have to learn, we can repeat this activity for different places and compare the distances. Okay, key point, we have what we learn in this topic. Light has a much higher speed, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, than sound, 346 meter per second. So we see lightning first and hear thunder later. Okay, all of you understand these two topics. Next, we have to solve the problems in this topic. For example 1, average speed of a car using odometer reading. Okay, first concept, the odometer, are you see all of you odometer where in our vehicles, in our vehicles the speed indicates, uh, speed is no using odometer. Okay, the odometer of a car reads 2000 kilometer at the start of a trip and 2400 kilometer at the end of the trip. If the time taken for the trip is 8 hours, calculate the average speed of the car in kilometer per hour and in meter per second also. So now we have to understand this problem what we given. Here the first, before traveling and after traveling distance is given here. So the total distance traveled is equal to final reading minus initial reading. That is 2400 kilometers minus 2000 kilometers. Now we have to know the total distance traveled is 400 kilometers. And the total time is traveled is equal to 8 hours. So we have to find average speed of the car is equal total distance by total time, that equal to 400 by 8, that equal to 50 kilometer per hour. So this 50 kilometer per hour changes into meter per second. Then we have to know 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters and 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. Now we have to change, um, 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 1000 by 3600. Now we have to change 50 kilometer per hour into meter per second is equal 50 into 1000 by 3600 meter per second. So we have to multiply and divide it by calculate these values. Then we have to know 13.9 meter per second approximately. So the average speed of the car is equal to, in kilometer per hour is 50 kilometer per hour and in meter per second is 13.9 meter per second. This is the answer of this example 1. Next, 1.3, average speed and average velocity of Usha. Okay, here Usha's, we have to calculate Usha's average speed and average velocity. Now we have to read the problem first. Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool in 1 minute by going from one end to the other and back along the same straight path. Find her average speed and average velocity. Here we have to given the length of the swimming pool, that is 90 meters. Okay, she now she can swim in 1 minute by going from one end to another end. So in straight path. Okay, now we have to find out average speed and average velocity. First one is average speed. We have to know why average speed is equal to total distance traveled. She swims one end to another end, then she can swim in 90 meters long pool. So in one end she can travel 90 meters and another end she can travel 90 meters. So total distance traveled by Usha is 180 meters. So and total time taken is equal to 1 minute. That it can be changes into seconds. That equal to 60 seconds. Now her average speed is equal to average distance by total time. So average distance is equal to 180 meters by total time is equal to 60 seconds. Then you have to divide it by both values. Now you can get 3 meter per second. So Usha's average speed is 3 meter per second. That means she can travel 3 meters in 1 second. Okay. Now we have to calculate the um, average velocity. Here the displacement is 0 because she can start one end to another end and she can again go one end to another end. So she comes at a starting point. So the displacement is 0. So Usha returns to the straight point. Then average velocity formula is displacement by time taken. So she can displace 0 meters by 60 seconds. That means 0 by anything is 0. So her average velocity is 0. Okay. So average velocity is equal to 0 meter per second. So we have to understand this topic. Although Usha covers a total distance of 180 meters, her displacement is 0. So her average velocity is also 0. Okay. It is the answer of example 1.3. I hope that, my dear children, you have to understand its topics, that is uniform and non-uniform motion, and measuring the rate of motion, and speed with direction, and average velocity, and some classroom activities. Okay. And last one is some examples we can do it. Okay. I hope that all my dear children understand this topic today. Once again, very thankful to listen my lesson. Okay. If you have any doubts, please ask in comments. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel to reach like who are know, who are learn, and who are interested in digital lessons. Okay. Please, if you don't forget to like my channel. Okay. Thanks one again. Thanks to all. Thanks to one and again, and we will meet again tomorrow class. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.